Hello, everyone. Here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer, and today I want to bring a very controversial topic here because I feel that we need to understand how the mind works to be able to start making changes, right? But if we are in a mindset where we feel that we have no power over the things that are happening into us, we feel that others are in a way, directors in our life, it's very difficult to make changes. So I decided to bring this topic up, and I know that each time I bring this topic, I brought it into different groups, I brought it into posts on my profile, people get triggered. People don't like listening to this. And guys, I'm coming from a place of love, open heart, open mind. As I say here, I invite you guys to come here also with an open heart, open mind to understand what I truly mean with this. So it doesn't mean that when people say nasty things, it's not okay. First of all, I want to address that, guys. When people say nasty things to you guys, it is not okay. I'm not saying that that is okay. But what I'm saying is that you have your own power to decide how to react to that. And this is where I come in and say, nobody can hurt you emotionally or mentally, only you can. And I'm going to explain to you guys this to help you, of course, understand this and become the drivers in your life and not allow others to drive your car, because this is what most people are doing. And it's not easy, guys. Again, as I've said many times, this is not easy because since we were kids, we were taught that others have power over us. And that's when we feel powerless, we feel weak. And from that mindset, it's nearly impossible to make changes in our life, guys. So thank you very much for joining. If you're watching on social media, guys, hashtag live, that would be great, or hashtag replay. If you're watching the replay of this, if you can engage in this video on social media, give it likes, show me some love, comment here. The more you engage with this video, more people get to see it. So that would be great. So we can share the love with others and help people regain their inner power. Okay. So thank you, Mary. Thank you, Romana. Thank you, Thilo, for stopping by. I hope this video gets out to more people. And again, I hope people don't take this the wrong way, because again, I have shared this with groups and people have told me, you know what, this is not loving, this is not compassion, you know, what you're saying here. It's like, wait, I'm coming from a place of love and, you know, and, compassion to try to help as many people as I can. So let me start to explain why do I say this. So imagine that one of you guys right now say, Tommy, you're stupid. Right? So of course, what normally people would feel lack of respect. They're going to feel hurt. But what they don't truly get is that if somebody calls me a name about something that I'm 100% sure I am not, it's not going to affect me. So guys, if somebody, I don't know, says something about my hair that I'm bald, I'm going to laugh, guys, because I have so much hair and I know that is right now, at least, is not happening, right? So if somebody laughs at my hair and says, oh, you're getting bald, right? It's not going to affect me. So if somebody calls you something and you truly know that that has nothing to do with you, it's not going to affect you. But what if somebody says something like, hey, you're stupid, Tommy, you're stupid, and it bothers me? It's because deep down, guys, deep down, I might have a doubt, a part of me that doubts if I'm intelligent or not. Because again, if I know 100% sure that I'm not stupid, you can call me stupid and it's not going to affect me at all. I'm going to just pretend you just said flowers, you just said sun, you just said sky, and it's not going to affect me. So when something affects us, guys, is because deep down, we believe about that, or we doubt what the person is saying. So it has nothing to do with what other people tell you. What it has to do is what we believe about ourselves. So nobody can disrespect you emotionally or mentally. You disrespect yourself, because again, if somebody says, Tommy, you're stupid, what normally happens in our mind, guys, is I start saying to myself, oh, what did I do wrong? Why did I deserve to be called like this? What's wrong with me? Or whatever that could start happening in our mind. So in a way, when I start doing that in my mind, guys, I start owning and accepting what that person told me. It doesn't mean, again, that I need to just disregard what other people are telling me, because maybe there is some truth in what they're saying. But if I'm getting triggered by something that somebody else is telling me, guys, it has to do with my own beliefs. And there might be so deep in my mind that I might not be aware of it. Yes, Romana, the idea is now you're seeing the screen. You can see the RSR community live session. Yes, in a little bit I'll turn on the camera, but I like leaving that on so people, when they jump in, they can still see what we're talking about. So thank you. Romana was saying that they cannot see me. So the idea of this, guys, is to regain your power. Understand that nobody can hurt you emotionally or mentally only if you allow it with your own thoughts and stories you're telling yourself. So again, if somebody starts screaming at me, I got two options. Take it personal and think that I did something wrong. I'm a bad person. Like, I don't deserve to be yelled at. I don't deserve to be treated like this, as if I were a victim. Or I could tell myself, oh, this person is yelling at me because they have unresolved issues. They don't know how to deal with this. They don't know how to deal with their frustration. They don't like being calling out or whatever. As I was telling you, when I was on vacations, a guy took my towel in the pool in the hotel that we were staying. And then when I went over and told him, hey, where did you get the towel? He kind of pretended he didn't know. I don't know where I got it. He kept on drying his body. And then when I told him, hey, that towel, if you don't even know where you got it, I'm pretty sure that you got it from that bench and that was mine. Oh, so he collected it, put it into a bowl, guys. He collected all the towel and he threw it in my face saying, oh, it's yours? Boom. And he threw it in my face. And I didn't react, guys, in a negative way. I just told him, hey, you don't do that. That is wrong. So did he disrespect me? No, he didn't, because I didn't allow it. So the example that I always give, guys, is if disrespect comes to my house and starts knocking the door, while I don't open the door, disrespect is on the outside. Listen to that again, guys. If I don't let disrespect in, disrespect is on the outside. If I go and open the door, now disrespect is on the inside of my house. This is the same way. Anybody can say whatever they want. And that doesn't mean that it's okay. Don't get me wrong, guys. Again, it's not okay to say something to somebody else that might trigger them, make them feel in a way because of their unresolved issues. Not because exactly what I said, but because of their own stuff. I try not to do those things. But if I say something and somebody gets triggered, the person needs to see why they got triggered, what is going on there in their mind that is allowing what I said to affect them. So again, you have the power in your life, guys. Whatever somebody, quote unquote, made you feel has to do with how you made yourself feel, nobody else. It is painful. It is, of course, because of our unresolved issues. Somebody calls me something that I'm aware of, that is bothering me, that I'm working on, or whatever, might trigger me because I have unresolved issues around that specific topic. But the more I do this work, the more I recognize that I have the power to do with whatever somebody is throwing at me. I have the power over that. I stop giving my power away. So guys, type a 1 in the chat if this is making sense, guys. We're working on regaining our power, not giving our power away and letting others run our life. Because if not, what happens, guys? I have to surround myself with people that are nice. I have to, walk away from people that, quote unquote, hurt me. So in a way, it's like my happiness, my fulfillment, my whatever comes with the people on the outside. And there's a big problem there because, again, it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with my environment, as if I had no power over it. And this is what I want to bring to you guys. You have power over your life, but you got to regain it. When we were kids, many times and say yes or no, guys, here. If when you were kids, mom and dad would say, you make me angry, you make me sad, you make me happy. Who hasn't heard that before as kid? Type a yes or a no in the chat if you have heard things like that growing up from your parents. You make me happy, you make me sad, you make me angry, or whatever. So when we heard those things from our parents, guys, we start learning that we have the power over our parents. If they tell me, you make me happy, or you made me angry when you made something bad, and they said, you made me angry, we start thinking that we have power over somebody else's feelings and emotions. And we don't, guys. We are responsible for our own stuff as somebody else is responsible for their own stuff. Again, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go around in the world telling people to their face whatever I want because I feel that it's their problem if they get triggered. No, I understand that a lot of people are not aware of these things and not aware on how to deal with their emotions, their negative stories. And I wouldn't go around telling these things to these people just because I feel that, oh, they have to own their own stuff, right? No, of course not. I'm not going to go intentionally hurting others or, say whatever I want, even though it might hurt others because of their own unresolved issues, just because I feel that, oh, that's their problem. No, I'm not talking about that, guys. But yes, I'm talking about owning what's going on. So whenever somebody says something that bothers you, instead of blaming the other person, what you can start doing is do this exercise, guys, and it's amazing. It just blew my mind when I got to know this, right? And this is something that even Louise Hayes does a lot in her workshops, is write down the things that other people make you feel. Like, Tommy made me feel stupid. Tommy made me feel this. Tommy made me feel that. My husband, my partner, my mom, my dad. Start writing down this person or these people made me feel, and write it down. Then you're going to turn it around and put it as a question. Where am I making myself feel this or this or this or this? And go through the list, through the different things. My mom makes me feel angry. Where do I make myself feel angry? I own it, guys. There are my emotions. There are my thoughts. I need to own them. If my anger depends on how my mom reacts or acts or behaves, I'm giving my power away, guys. It means that my happiness, again, my balance, my tranquility has to do with the people I surround with. And that shouldn't be like that, because my balance, my tranquility, my peace of mind is 100% my responsibility. So we gotta become responsible, guys, by realizing that nobody can hurt you emotionally or mentally, only you can, because of what you're telling yourself. I had an incident some time ago where a person sent me a message. I was doing something, it was nothing bad, right? And this person started saying, like, who do you think you are? What are you doing? And started attacking me, right? So at the beginning, guys, I got triggered. I started feeling anger. I started saying, this person is not going to tell me what to do. I'm a grown-up. I decide for myself. And I started getting angry. So as I started going through that, I started realizing that deep down, I was doubting the action that I was doing. I was afraid of something according to that action that I was doing, right? So as I started feeling afraid, when this person sent me this when this person sent me this message, I started feeling fear that I was doing a mistake. I was doing something wrong. And there was nothing wrong with what I was doing, but I started doubting myself. And then, of course, my first reaction was to blame this person for, coming with this high tone saying, like, Tommy, you have to give me an explanation of what you're doing with this or whatever. So when I was able to realize that I was getting triggered because of something inside of me, I was able to diffuse that. I was able to connect with my anger, release it, understand it, right? Feel much better. And then I asked myself, okay, shouldn't I ask this person why they're coming so hard on me on this specific matter? And then, of course, I was going to go talk to this person and say, hey, whatever, Nicole, why is it that you're telling me that I need to do this for you to give you an explanation on exactly what I'm doing and the way you're doing it, right? Instead of going over and saying, go to hell, I'm going to do whatever I want. I was able to now calm down and be able to, again, have a peace of mind and be able to go there. And I didn't even get to do it, guys, because 5 minutes later, this person sent me another message explaining to me why this person was pissed at me. There was a misunderstanding. But instead of reacting and fighting back, I was able to center myself, learn from what was going on inside of me, recognize that I was doubting myself deep down, deal with that doubt, give myself a pat in the back, feel much better, and then be able to handle what the other person was bringing to the table, that person's unresolved issues. So you see how by dealing with my unresolved issues, I was able to have a much better communication with the other person, because I sent a message to that person saying, hey, I really understand where you're coming from. I'm sorry that you went through what you went through. I'm doing what I'm doing because of this, and this. It has nothing to do with you. When the person understood, first, look at this, guys. The first thing, the person felt understood, felt listened, felt supported. And then I told this person, hey, I'm doing this, and this because of whatever else. This person was able to diffuse the anger, diffuse her uncomfortable feelings, and was able to go her way without any problems. So if I would have handled this in a different way, as we normally do, who do you think you are? You disrespect me with your message. You cannot come and tell me that I need to give you explanations of what I'm doing in my house or whatever. If I would have come from there, guys, this would have scaled into a very big fight with this person. And it was useless. I just needed to deal with my crap, realize that there was no disrespect. This person was just requiring something that this person was not in a place to ask for, but I gave it to that person. So it brought peace of mind to me. It brought peace of mind to that person, and we are in good terms because of this. And this is what I want to bring to you guys. When anybody hurts you, that you feel hurt by somebody else, remember that it's you hurting you. And that is going to allow you to diffuse conflicts. It's going to allow you to become your own creator in your life, because a lot of people want to be their own, like being the main character in their life, but they are not. Whenever you think that people have to do in your happiness, in your, peace of mind, in feeling pain or not, you're giving your power away. And unfortunately, you're not being the main character in your life. You're allowing others to be the main characters in your life. And when we depend on others, guys, what do you think? Yes or no, guys? If I depend on others, is that going to make it easier or more difficult to have a happy life? Yes or no, guys? Is it going to make it easier or more difficult to have a happy life if I'm depending on others? If my happiness depends on other people's behaviors, other people's attitudes? It's going to make it more difficult. No, exactly, guys. It's going to make it more difficult to have a happy life. So again, I need to regain my power. This is not judgment. This is not criticism. This is just stating the facts. And yes, guys, I have come from toxic relationships. And you know what? I put up with them. The other person was attacking me, of course, and I felt hurt. But it had to do with me, not with the other person. The other person was just acting out how that person knew to act. And I was feeling like crap because of her own act. When I was able to put it together to realize that I had the power over my life, that I was the main character in my life, I regained my power. And I was able to deal my relationship in a different way. And this is important because my happiness, my anything depends only on me and nobody else. Okay. So for so many years, I felt like someone attacking me or disrespecting me, I would just crumble. I would continue to attack myself and learning how best to either control diplomatically or diffuse attacks. I'm still always direct with others. However, thank you, Suzanne, for sharing this. I'm in the same space. I don't have everything figured out. But I was able to diffuse an attack from this guy that stole my towel in the hotel. And when I went to face him, he threw the towel in my face. And I was able to diffuse the anger, diffuse the violence on my side. And I was able to tell him to his face, what you're doing is wrong. you know, I don't know, I remember exactly what, but this is wrong what you did. You're not supposed to take somebody else's towel and not even throw it into their face. This is wrong. And then I walked away. When this other person attacked me some weeks ago around something I was doing, I don't want to go into details because this person might be listening to this video, and this is not about, you know, attacking somebody else. It's about explaining what happened. I was able to handle it in a very different way, in a much more loving way for myself and for this other person. And it didn't go to the next, you know, violence level. And this is what happens a lot. It's like we want others to pay because they hurt us. But we didn't realize, as you just said, Suzanne, is that you are hurting yourself, nobody else. Nobody else. You guys can say whatever you want towards me. If I believe it, it's going to trigger me. It's going to hurt me. Even a small doubt in the back of my head that I might not be aware of, because a lot of people tell me, but Tommy, I don't care what people say, but I do care what this person is saying. But what Suzanne told me would bother me. So wait. There's a little bit of incoherence there. You're saying that you don't care what people say, but then you care what Suzanne said. It's like, what? What are you talking about? You see? This is how the mind plays games, guys. The mind is going to tell you, oh, I don't care what people say. Oh, I don't care about this, but this person disrespected me. Whenever you're blaming somebody that they disrespected you, deep down, guys, you care what other people say. We all care what other people say. Even famous people care what other people say. Look at the actors, right? If they get prizes or not, they feel better or not about themselves. If they get good reviews, they care. Everybody cares. It doesn't matter your social status, the amount of money you have, I think, because that human part of us is still there. We have our spiritual side and we have our human side. Our spiritual side doesn't care, but our human side, that we're still there, yes, cares. And there's nothing wrong with that. When people say, oh, I don't care what people say, it's BS, guys. They have to be enlightened to really deeply mean that. That's what I believe in. If they're not enlightened, they still care. They might have repressed it. They might have buried it, but they still care deep down in their subconscious. And remember, most of the things are running in our subconscious mind we're not aware of. But the mind is going to try to blame others for their own things. So again, people make me happy. People make me angry. People make me feel this. People make me feel that, as if others had the power over me. No, guys, you have the power, nobody else. And that is the idea with this training. I hope nobody gets triggered with this. I'm trying to be the most loving being here right now sharing this. I was there for many years. As a kid, I didn't feel good. You know, my parents were very strict on me according to what I perceived. I felt like the black sheep of the family. I was bullied at school. A lot of people making fun of my choices in life. I liked, you know, nature. I liked watching birds. I liked magic. I didn't like much sports. I wasn't very good at it, so I wasn't, you know, very into it. And I was bullied because of those different things. So it made me feel really crappy. So growing up, even as, you know, 20s, 30s, I used to blame everybody else for my own crap. And that made me slave of others. And that's what I want to bring to you guys, to become your main character in your life and live the life you want and not depending on others. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. Let me know what you think in the chat. Here I go. Romana, I was just leaving the plaque there. So, Grove, we're watching on social media. Let me know what you're thinking there. Guys, let me know if you're enjoying this on Zoom too. I hope this makes sense, and I hope this helps you guys become your driver, main character in your life and not depending on others. Because if I depend on others, I'm going to have a crappy life, guys, because again, everybody has unresolved issues and most people are not going to behave the way you want them to behave, whether it is your partner, whether it's friends, your kids are not going to do everything you want. Your partner is not going to be always available to you. Your friends might not be always available to you. They might judge you, might criticize you, might bring their own comments to the, you know, to whatever you're trying to do. And that might feel like an attack. Family members thinking that they're doing the best to you, telling you how they know, how they see whatever you're trying to do. Like I got that many times. I wanted to become an entrepreneur and people were telling me that I was crazy. And you know what? Thank God I didn't listen to these people. But they were coming from a place that they thought that they couldn't be an entrepreneur. So they told me that it was wrong, what I was trying to do. And they were wrong. But at the beginning, I felt attacked. I felt like crap. I had to, quote unquote, fight against all of that to be able to become the person I am today. But what really helped me, guys, was start owning what was going on in my head. Start owning that I am the only one hurting myself, nobody else. If somebody throws shit at me, I'm always having a protective shield up here. It's not going to hit me, except I let it into my own space. And that's what happens all the time. We open the shield and then we complain that this person disrespected us. No, guys, you allowed it to get into your house, into your mind. That's why it's hurting. Because one more time, I'm going to say it again, guys. If somebody says something that you're 100% sure that you are not, 100% sure that you're not, it's not going to trigger you. It's not going to even affect you. If I say to somebody, you're selfish, or you are a flower, or you are the sky, if a person doesn't really believe that they're selfish deep down, 100%, they don't believe they're selfish, they're not going to feel bad about that phrase. They're going to just think it was another word that you said. But when it hits us, is because we let it into our mind, because the truth is it was already in our mind. We already doubted if we were selfish or not. And that's why it hurts, because we doubt ourselves. So work on discovering the different things that we might believe about ourselves, our negative self-images. Work on that, work on changing them, and see how your world starts changing. But again, regain your power. The idea with this work is to help you guys empower yourselves. Recognize that nobody can hurt you mentally or emotionally. Nobody, guys. You are hurting yourself. Is it easy? Not at all. That takes courage. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to own your own stuff, to own what is going on inside of you. But it's the only way, guys. This is what I want to share with you guys. I hope it makes sense. Thank you, Gaurav, for watching on social media. If anybody else is watching, please, guys, if you can, share with this with more people. The idea is to become empowered again, guys, to understand that we are the creators in our life. So if we are in a toxic relationship and we're staying, we are allowing that. We're not the victims here. We are allowing it. Is it easy? No. I've been in toxic relationships and I sticked around longer than I should. Yes. But it was the only thing I knew better. Now I've learned that I wouldn't stay in that relationship. My wife would treat me as other women have treated me in the past. I would walk away, guys. I wouldn't stick around. But this is something I had to work to be able to achieve. It didn't happen overnight. Okay. So I hope it makes sense. Thank you very much again for watching. I'm going to end up here on social media. I'm going to stay here on Facebook with the people that are here, part of the Zoom call. So again, thank you very much. I hope this helped. I hope you didn't get triggered for what I said. I'm trying to help with what I'm bringing, guys. Sometimes the truth hurts, because recognizing that I'm hurting myself and nobody else is can be difficult to digest. Yes, it is difficult to digest, but it's the truth, guys. So thank you very much again for your support. Share, comment here on the post so that more people get to see this. That will be great. Thank you very much, guys, and see you around. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.